We're in Manchester today for our latest Wonder Years walk. And today we're going to take you to 3 squares right in the city centre. All different, all got different things to photograph and loads of stuff to look at on the way as well. We're starting off here in St Peter's Square, and you can see part of the town hall buildings, loads of trams. It's one of the biggest tram stops in the city centre. Midland Hotel over there, brand new buildings. Right round here is the statue of Emmeline Pankhurst, leader of the suffragettes. So we're just at the top end of St Peter's Square now, and the building over there is Manchester Art Gallery. It's free to enter and got some fantastic bits of artwork in it. Don't worry, we are stood on the pavements and all the trams can seem quite close, but providing you stay on the pavements away from the tracks, you are pretty safe. Always double check though, especially when you're crossing the tracks. Coming up now to the Manchester Cenotaph, the War Memorial. And this actually was on diagonally the opposite side of the square, and they moved it when they extended the Metrolink stations. So it was right over on the far side of the square. They dismantled it brick by brick and moved it completely over here now. Just immediately to the side of the Cenotaph is probably one of the most photographed, Instagrammed, tweeted photos of Manchester, or images of Manchester that there is, and it's the arched walkway around the back of the town hall extension. It's probably so easy to recognise it from several photographs, and it's just dead easy to get some really cool shots here. Like I said, that's another view of the arches looking the other way. So there's plenty to see and photograph here in St Peter's Square. Directly in front is the Midland Hotel. So we've walked round the perimeter of St Peter's Square now, and it's worth just standing around for 5 or 10 minutes really with your camera. There's always something going on with the tram stops. So we're going to leave St Peter's Square behind us now and head down Lower Moseley Street. We're following the tram track for a short distance until we reach the Bridgewater Hall. Again, another stunning building that's offers some fantastic photographic opportunities. Walking across Barbarolli Square now, named after the conductor of the Halley Orchestra, and Halley Orchestra are now based at this building in front, magnificent Bridgewater Hall. Another piece of Manchester musical history there. That was the site of the famous hacienda, now apartments. And again, everywhere you look in Manchester these days seems to be cranes, skyscrapers going up, and all around the skyline changing. Just going to head back across the road now after going down First Street, and we're going to head down Little Peter Street, which is that road opposite there. Just near the corner of Constant Street now, and I'm just going to turn the camera around to show what the view is behind, and I'll just pan up, and up, and up. And you can see, really give me a great sense of idea about the scale of these new buildings being put up around Deansgate Square. Eventually it will be a square you can walk through. You can't have access to it now because obviously it's still a building site. We're going to turn round now. This is Deansgate Square, or what there is currently built of it. We're going to turn round now and walk back along Deansgate and go back to the third square of the day, right back in the centre of the city. Just about a minute or so from the junction where you cross over Whitworth Street, you come to the Hilton Hotel. It's at the bottom of the Beetham Tower, which was formerly the tallest building in Manchester, 42 stories tall. So we're still on Deansgate, and we're just going to turn right in a minute down Lloyd Street. Just on the other side of the road there is Spinningfields. And the old red brick building over there is the excellent John Rylands Library. But we're going to head away from Deansgate now and go to our third square of this particular walk, which is Albert Square, where the Manchester Town Hall is situated. So far we've seen a lot of new buildings going up in Manchester, but as we've said, there's a lot of old buildings still in the centre of the city, and what really give it its unique character. There's also plenty of traditional old style pubs as well, and one is the old Nag's Head there, which if you are a Manchester United supporter you may know about it already. If you're around the city you've probably already been in it, but there is a real shrine to George Best up there, one of the late great Manchester United players, and there's a mural of him actually painted on the outside there. So if you are a United supporter, you fancy a really good pint as well, the old Nag's Head really is a must calling place as part of this walk. So we've reached the top of Lloyd Street now, and directly in front of us is the hugely impressive Manchester Town Hall building, and right in front of that is Albert Square itself. One of the things about Albert Square is it's used so much for various festivals and events. It's just getting in the middle of getting ready for Manchester International Festival, so unfortunately today it is fenced off, so you can't actually get any better access to it, but you can still get some great photographs of the Town Hall. So just now stood on a different part of Lloyd Street. Albert Square is over to the left, and right down there is St Peter's Square, where we started the walk today. We're going to go back there now, but we're going to go back via a slightly different route through another set of arches. Somebody's photographing them, so I'll just move out of the way. So we're around the back of the Central Library now, and if we just pan across there, again, if you've ever seen any Instagram photographs or other photos that people have taken of Manchester, it's probably instantly recognisable as Library Walk. It curves around the back of the Town Hall extension on the left and the Central Library on the right. So at the end of Library Walk is this little covered walkway between the two buildings, the Town Hall extension and the Central Library, and this is another great place for photographs. Just have a look at the ceiling. There's really fantastic mirrors and mirror-like reflections you can get off it, and also if you look at the floor, there's little rose shaped mosaics on it. Some have got red centres for example, that one there, and if you look closely, it's actually got people's names in them. That one says Mary Hayes. You may be wondering what that's about. They were actually the people that were killed in the Peterloo massacre in 1819. So again, people walk through this every day, totally unaware that there's a little piece of Manchester's not so great past celebrated, if that's the right word to use, here actually on the floor. We are back where we started, at St Peter's Square. Telephone boxes, trams, and if you can see it, a massive crowd of people around the statue of Emmeline Pankhurst. So that's it, that's our 3 square walk for Manchester. It's just round about 3.5 kilometres that we've done, but it's one of those walks that you could well take a couple of hours to do, because there is so much to see, so much local history, so much brand new stuff being built, and some fantastic views to take photographs of, as well as the hustle and bustle of one of Britain's busiest cities. If you do the walk, again, let us see your photos, let us know what you think of it. www.marriedwithgrownups.co.uk. We'd love to see some of the photos you've taken and what you think of the 3 squares in Manchester.